Welcome, everyone. This is Polly Needles, and you're listening to LOTRO Players News, where we take a look at lasers and LOTRO and here at LOTRO Players. And this week we have with us Sanswinda,
Hello.
Calabathian,
Hi.
Krister,
Hello.
and Cinders.
Hey.
Welcome back, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here we are for our New Year's Eve show. And we'll begin with having a look at what our news is from Standing Stone Games this week. And they have posted an event calendar for 2023.
Yay.
So
Is
if
there
you're,
anything particularly eventful?
well, we'll see. Well, on January 4th, that means this coming up week, they will be raising the level cap on Shadowfax to level 120. So they'll be heading up into the Iron Hills and into the Vales of Anduin. Actually, no, Arid Mithrin. Yeah, they'll be heading up into there, starting doing their battles, starting to get fighting against dragons. All they're going into the Vales of Anduin, and that means the next cap increase after that they'll be getting to Minas Morgul. So they are rapidly getting up near that level cap. So yes, level cap being raised to level 120 on Shadowfax this coming week on January 4th. And on January 5th, Sark Vorn, the Black Grave, will be opening up a Tier 4 for those of you who have finished Tier 3 and think Tier 3 is too easy now. And that's certainly not me. Krister, how has your group been going along on the Black Grave? Have they tried it yet?
Oh, yeah. And we are, at this point, reasonably confident in T1 and feel like we would roll the dice if we do T2 or T3. So T4 sounds terrifying.
So you're not getting ready for Tier 4 then?
Well, we could be. Last night we actually had a good run, and I got 2 teal drops that were actually relevant. So,
all right.
So I think we're slowly getting equipped, and the T2s will become easier as a result.
But it sounds like to me that next week you're unlikely going to be succeeding in Tier 4 then.
Right, yes. Tier 4 plays would be out of it.
Okay, yeah. And you don't think you'll be ready for Tier 5 in 2 weeks then?
No, my confidence level would be very low
Okay.
at this particular point. So.
Also on January 5th, 10% on Loot Box Emperor's Moats going on for that weekend. So that's all that's coming up for this week. As for little things that look like they're coming up all over the course of the year, I do notice that they do have the Ill Omen Skirmish event in the calendar for February. Now, whether or not it actually happens or not is an entirely different matter, because I know that last year it got postponed, but maybe they were able to do the skirmish work that they needed to in order to be able to have that available. So I'm not exactly too sure if I really want to run into an Ill Omen in Doom of Karis Galibran.
That will be an ill omen indeed.
That'll be an Ill Omen indeed, yes.
It would be the illest.
And remember that tomorrow, as of this recording, it will be the last day for the Curator, and the Curator will be out all the way until February 9th. So you'll have about 5 weeks without the Curator in there. So if you want anything from the Curator, either get it there or you're going to have to wait 5 to 6 weeks before you'll be able to get that around. So that's something to note. And I notice they also list a couple of virtue increases inside of the schedule here. And of course, they show the scheduled dates for the legendary item reward tracks, and they also talk about the item level increases from to 45. So it looks like when they change the seasons, they'll also be bumping a couple of those things up. Now, of course, they don't exactly tell us, hey, this is when we're going to have our next expansion. They haven't talked about any releases or anything like that yet. That's still to be decided upon, I guess. So you can look at all this at the event schedule, which is in a link in the show notes.
Sir, the next expansion is TBD. I don't know what TBD is, but it's called TBD.
Oh, the next expansion?
Yeah, that's the next expansion. It's called TBD.
TBD.
Yes, to be determined.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, let's see, the Black Boats, the Corsair expansion.
That
The
would be
Black
great, though.
Boats.
I'm not gonna lie. The Black Boats, the Corsair expansion, that would be cool. That would be awesome.
You have to be
Do
able
it. Do it, Standing Stone. Do it. You know you want to.
to get your Jajax cosmetics. Yes.
Yes.
Then let's go and see what's on sale this week. Let's head on to the store sales where, let's see. Calabathian, would you like to read the store sales this week?
Well, considering I haven't been here in a while, I guess I can. Store sales. Introducing the Rakish Patrons Coffers. Rakish Patrons Coffers are now available for a limited time. You can learn more about this new in-game offer that gets you cosmetics, mithril, and more. It's available in the LOTRO store through January 1st, 2023. So that would be tomorrow as of this recording. So probably will be past time by the time anyone hears this, which is, I guess, sad.
Yeah.
Also, even sadder, you're going to miss this next one. Available for a limited time, more wardrobe space. 50 new slots of wardrobe space are available through January 1st. For how much though? How much are they?
Usual wardrobe space price, I believe.
Oh, okay. I was like, free?
No.
Get double bonus points and an elixir of virtue through January 1st, only available for a limited time in the Lotro store. So all of those things, I guess by the time anybody can hear this in the new year, sorry. But if you are hearing this tonight, go get you some. Find special sales on select expansions in the Lotro market. Now through January 1st, get 50% off War of Three Peaks and 75% off Minas Morgul. So if you don't have those, grab them tonight or I think tomorrow, January 1st. This is your final week of Yuletide savings. This week, you can get 35% off Rohan housing sets, or the set, I guess. That's not plural, it just says set. 50% off plus 5,000 enhanced reputation supply. 75% off ingredient packs, universal optional ingredients, and rare crafting components. And that you've got some time on. It's through January 5th. And you can get 25% off loot box keys, universal solvents, universal morale and power potions, deed boosts through January 5th. And your weekly coupon is a free morale bubble potion through January 5th. The coupon code is morale bubble pot, all one word. Not as I originally looked at it, moral bubble pot. What? Morale bubble pot. So yes, that's your sales. That's your sales.
That's just us. Thank you, Calabathian. Maybe I should have asked somebody to do that because I forgot that the next section is all about you.
Yeah, and I'll try to make it short and sweet. I got chapter 26 out finally of A Berg's Tale. Sorry, it's been kind of waiting since like August from chapter 25. Things have been kind of hectic around here. And then I also got part 2 of How the Berg Yule out for just in time for Christmas. So in chapter 26, long story short, um, they're off in Nandelu and uh, they're having to work for if you don't remember work towards getting the war singer tokens, etc., and figuring out how best to do that. And then part 2 of the Yule story is, you know, finishing up the theft of Christmas and beating up people for, good. I'm trying to be as vague as possible. But honestly, if you've gone through the anything in Winter Home there in Frost Bluff, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And if you've gone through the major plot line there in Haragmar and all that, then you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, that's it.
Hey, thank you, Calipathian.
I would try to make it sound more interesting, but it's New Year's Eve. It's the end of the year. Go read it. You know you want to.
All right, so let's head into our week in gaming, and by a strange coincidence, Calipathian is the first in the list.
Man, y'all, I'm gone for a little bit.
Surprise,
Suddenly, I'm like,
surprise.
keep talking.
Yes.
Again, I really haven't been on doing a lot of stuff because I was on a lot doing stuff, and my right hand, was leaning on it so much over the past few months, working with my mouse and various things that I actually have pretty nasty case of tendonitis in my wrist, swollen and everything. Matter of fact, if I try to reach down and grab something like normal, um, it really hurts. You can feel it pulling and everything. So I try to keep it wrapped and everything else and stabilized. But that's also the reason why I haven't really been doing much in gaming. But I have been doing a little bit here and there, like in ESO. I've been doing the new life ceremony while letting my wrist heal because it doesn't take very long to do stuff for my tickets. It's like one or two short quests, like 10 minutes tops, and then I can move on and not worry about it. While doing so, I can actually get the tickets I need to get what I want. Apocalyptic Civ 6 so far has been uneventful. Why is nothing exploding? It's apocalyptic, and yet
Hey,
To be
my
fair,
city
we were
almost
like,
burnt down.
we were in the
well,
ancient
yeah, it's
era
almost
still
burned
too.
down. Do what?
Weren't we still in the ancient era too?
Yes, Vesuvius happened in the ancient era. I'm sitting here like, okay, we found a whole bunch of volcanoes and they're erupting, but they're just kind of like going dormant within the next. I mean, apocalypse. Come on, game. Apocalypse. Be apocalyptic. Craft of the World. I've also been doing a little bit there. It's had some Christmas related stuff lately in it, like a large Santa zombie. He's dressed as Santa. And you can get some stuff from him that are Santa related. Otherwise, kind of like with Halloween, you get little presents dropped via parachute in. When you open them, they have various things in them. And so I'm breezing through a lot of the kind of harder levels, given the free help the presents keep dropping. Like the costumes, like your Santa costume, is pretty much like rated at the same thing as your mithril, like top level armor and all that. And it's like, oh, okay, so I don't have to dig that deep to get mithril for everybody.
You just have to
Excellent.
dress them all as Santa.
Just have to dress them all as Santa and let them, go whooping people. So, Santa's coming to town. He's ready to deck the halls. So yeah, other than that, I really haven't been playing much. So how about you, Cinders? What have you been up to?
So I also injured myself. I got the stitches out of my thumb yesterday. So I have not done a whole lot of playing because anything that requires jumping with a space key or using a joystick with my left hand has been not happening. It's been very, very painful. So I have watched Sans play a lot of Dragon Quest Builders, which is fun. It's very much old times, like when we were younger. When we were little kids, and she and my brother would play, and or she and our brother would play, I guess I should say. And I would just kind of watch and give commentary. So that was actually kind of fun and kind of a throwback. I got a lot of enjoyment out of that. And then we decided that my thumb was probably okay enough that I could try Stardew Valley. So we started a Stardew Valley game together, and we've been playing it. This morning made like 2.5 days. Uh, but we made it to winter year 1, and we have been very, very successful. We've already got a fully upgraded coop. We've upgraded the barn. We're one step away from having that fully upgraded. We've got all of our fruit trees planted, and they're ready to give fruit in the season. And then we have we're one fruit or truffle oil away from having our greenhouse in the spring. So we are really excited, and we are super close to being done with that. And then we are in the middle of a Civ 6 game that started at noon Eastern, and we are planning to ring in the new year all together playing Civ 6. Trying to complete an actual game start to finish, which I don't know that we've ever actually succeeded in doing. So,
Well, we have completed a couple of games because I remember occasionally seeing a victory screen up.
okay, so we have occasionally, but never in like one sitting. It's always been like
Oh yeah, never in one city.
So we're trying for that. We'll see how it goes. But Krister, how was your week?
Well, last night we tried the Black Grave, and for the first time, it actually gave me some stuff. I have literally gotten nothing but the base reward in all of our runs. But last night I got 2 teal drops that were both tanky, so that was an excellent. They were both basically item level 475, and I was going up from a 465 and a 460, so I had a pretty good increase there. So that was a successful night. Looking forward to, and I'm just curious. Is there a raid coming out soon? I thought there was a raid.
A raid? No, there aren't any raids coming out soon. I would say the next raid is probably going to be in the fall if there's going to be one this year.
Gosh,
When I say
okay.
this year, I mean, of course, 2023 when people are listening to this, not 2022 when we're recording this.
Yeah. So, anyways, we've been practicing, and it's been kind of quiet. But I'm sure that now that the new year is, now that all the holidays have calmed down, the raid group is going to be getting back together. I've been playing a little bit of ESO, doing the festival, just like Kilobathian. I picked up another game called Satisfactory. It's one of those factory building crafting games, and it actually is a lot of fun. And then, of course, I'm looking forward to competing in our Civ 6 game. It's been a lot of fun so far. And looking forward to the rest of the night. And Sans, how about you?
Well, with the field trip, I've been following the Black Book through Mordor, and I have been amazed at how much faster it is if you're just doing the Black Book. I'm like, wait, we're already through Lingris? Yes! I like this so much.
Anything to get you through Lingers faster.
Right? And we get into Dollar. I'm like, okay, so like, how long are we gonna really spend like building up rep and like trying to level it out and stuff? They're like, none. Well, look at us. And I was like, oh, this is fun. So, yeah, that's been a very different way to experience Mordor, and I kind of like it. And then, as Cinders was saying, I made it to Winter 1 in Stardew Valley with her, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. We should definitely have done this much sooner, but I'm glad we did it now. And might need some more games like that. We'll see. And then,
I always thought of Stardew Valley as a single-player game, so it does have a co-op mode?
It does, and you can
Up
co-op
to 4 people.
up to 4 people.
Up to 4 people. Oh, one nice little family.
Yeah,
Yes.
including you. So, you and 3 friends.
But,
Right.
but you get your own houses.
Oh, you have your own houses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
and
you can have your own money too. Sorry. Oh, we're sitting on the couch next to each other.
It's just coming through my mic.
But you can have 4 houses. So you have the main house and then 3 houses for your friends, and you can split your money as well. So we're playing with separated money, but you can also play with like a combined pot if you wanted to. It's up to you when you set up the game.
Okay.
the combined pot didn't work as well with my nephew.
No, not with your nephew.
he wanted to spend it on all sorts of random things that I did not want to spend it on. So then we discovered the separate pots, and that made for a much better playthrough with him.
Yeah.
But playing through with just Cinders has been a lot of fun. And we probably could have done a combined pot, but I'm kind of glad we didn't. And then discovered that we could actually upgrade each of the houses completely too. So like, just because she has the main house doesn't mean her house is the only one that can get a kitchen and a cellar and all the other cool stuff. And then I beat Dragon Quest Builders in boss twice. I failed the first time, and then I beat it handily. And then one of the challenges was like, beat it without the legendary armor. Well, what that challenge doesn't tell you is that the end boss blows away everything out of your inventory except the legendary armor, the legendary shield, and the legendary sword. And so if you're wearing any other armor, it blows that right out of your inventory too, and you do not have access to it. So the second time I beat it, I was jumping around in my underwear, and that was shocking, but it worked. So I succeeded in the challenge and don't plan to do that one again.
You meant your character was jumping around in your... Okay.
My character,
I was
yes,
like,
not me.
Really shocking, actually.
You know, that would be way
My
more
Cinder
shocking.
didn't chime in with something about how shocking it was.
If you were playing a video game and you're
shocking.
if you're playing
She
a video
was-
game and your clothes actually got blown off of you, yeah, I would imagine that would be a transcendent.
Everything out of your character's inventory gets blown off. No, she was making snarky comments about it the whole time, though.
I could imagine.
It's like that joke where everyone's like, where you say something and then you add like in bed to the end of it and it turns almost anything dirty. She would be like, oh, look, I'm doing this. And I'd be like, in your underwear.
Yeah, she was making snarky comments like that the whole time. But I felt really good to have beaten it without having to like go get my brother and be like, hey, here, take the controls and do this. So
I'm stabbing this guy 31 times, and then Cinder goes, in your underwear. That's not...
how was your week,
That's like
Kindly?
criminal mind and stuff, okay? Let's call the FBI.
Yes. All right. As for my week, my runekeeper earned a war steed and did quests in the wold and down at the east wall. And for the field trip, we searched for a cure for a plague. And in DDO, I tried to find a promise of fire and tried to remember how that quest went, and of course completely didn't at all. So it was sort of thrills trying to remember how that quest went on that. So that was a promise of fire. We currently have 16 supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to join this illustrious raid and help support LOTRO Players, you can go to the donations page. We support the Players Alliance on Patreon. Your money will be used for podcast hosting, website hosting, and to pay for our live shows. We do not have any emails this week. If you're like, since when you can send it podcast at LOTROplayers.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at Players Alliance at Players Ally, LOTRO Players at LOTRO Players, Arendis at Arendis, Pineleaf at Pineleaf Needles, Senswin at Senswin, Terry Edwin at Terry Edwin, Guarendis at Guarendis, Calipathian at Calipathian, and Krister at Entropy Engine 1. Oh, and of course, Cinders at Emeraldina. The Players Alliance has two shows. On Wednesdays at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have DDO Players News, and on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have LOTRO Players News. You can switch our shows at LOTROplayers.com/live. And that's all for tonight. And this is Five Needles reminding you to party the new year responsibly.